I don't even know how to explain this. So pretty much what I did was I brought this plugin up, and I'm not going to do this.
Can you show them the waveforms, maybe?
Yeah.
Tell them how much time.
Yeah, it takes forever, so. And plus, it's a lot cooler if you go out and kind of experiment with this yourself. But these are the different waveforms, and I mean, you're not going to learn anything by zooming in like that. Like, that's whatever. It's more so about using your ears. So what I would do is I'll kind of solo one of them. The other one in there. Different combinations of flipping phase and moving things around till all three of them together. So, kind of like a fizzy, crazy high gain, Marshall-y kind of sound. There's no distortion on that one. And what I've done is just kind of got all those in phase, and then on the clean tracks, just a little bit of a boost here to get a little more pick attack. And then the phase was so important that I cloned this to all the other tracks, but just bypassed it, just so it added the same amount of latency, so that nothing I did got disrupted. And then this is my blend. It's mostly the high gain, secondly the mid gain, and then a little bit of that low pick attack. And then those go to a bus. And this bus has all my processing, which is a ton. So I'm going to walk you through this processing and take questions, but just know I've used this ToneForge plugin and beat the sound, so I want to focus more so on this. So let me just get you through what we did on the record. So all of these go to a stereo bus. The first plugin is this. Again, I was in that phase. I thought it made a difference. It's very subtle. And then tilt. So, do you know this plugin? It's really cool. It's like if you think about like the graph on an EQ, like a fab filter or something, there's a line, and your audio goes on that line, and you boost, and you can see the boosts. So all tilt does is it takes that line, and it tilts it one way or another. So sometimes you're like, man, I don't really want to change the sound of this, but I just wish the whole thing was a little brighter or a little darker. And I put this on, and I just tilted it a little bit to the bright side. So it's essentially just taking, your line and just moves it like this or this. So put that on to kind of get it the high end where I wanted it. Then we got this little jammer where we're kind of just getting the notes out that were harsh. A little bit of an air boost, which I don't even know that there's not much going on there, but it's just that little slope there that you're hearing. Just adds a little bit of presence. And then I haven't found a better EQ than this for guitars since I started. This is just kind of it for me. I love the filters. On this, we're filtering to 150, and then another filter to 8. 150 is the low, and 8K is the high. And I'm boosting a high shelf at 8K. This is 10 dB. It's pretty strong. Boosting some 3K, kind of getting some of that bite out of the guitar. Scooping a little bit of mids to make some space. And I don't do this all the time, but sometimes this just makes the slope of the low filter more dramatic. Is I'll set this to 50 hertz bell and just kind of scoop there. So that's like negative 6 dB. And for some reason, this SSL plugin always gets that presence that I'm looking for. And maybe you use something else, Joey, or you can show me something else to mess with, because I haven't found anything that I like more than that.
For presence?
Well, actually, on your plugin, I went into the EQ and started messing with that, and that sounds really good.
Those are based on the API shapes.
Oh, nice. So they're nice and broad. And
the parametric and the ToneForge.
Yeah. So I haven't mastered them yet. I've only had the plugin for a little over a week or whatever, but Yeah, those sound good. I will mess with those, but at this point, this is what I've been using. This is a funny one. It's further tweaked Misha tweak that Misha just tweaked again. So we came up with this. We came up with this on Periphery 2, and it's based around, the axe effects having some weird stuff going on, and it kind of cleans it up. So what's going on here is we got a little dip, 4.3K, and it's just 1 dB. Then we got a boost right below that at 1.5, and then a shelf at 18. And I've tried this on other plugins, but for some reason, just this one plugin does it a certain way that just works. And I'm going to show you what it sounds like with and without it. Here, it just kind of gets that definition out, cleans a little bit, and then we're bringing a little more air. I use this on 90% of all the guitars that I do, always. I don't know why, I love the way it sounds. And yeah, I'm not even comfortable unless this is on. This is a really cool setting that I came up with for Veil of Maya. This is kind of like based off of what we did on their record for some of the guitars. It's very dramatic, and it's really pumps and hits hard. So if I can find some chugs. There's a Jason, there's a full chug part, right?
Yeah, it's the second chorus. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So without, adding a lot. Literally, like, it's too much. It's overdone, but for some reason, I like how hyped it is and how crazy it is. So if you guys want to take down these settings and experiment with this, I mean, just adjust the threshold if you want more or less of it.
What is it you're trying to get out of the compressor? Like, what are you
Pick
trying
attack.
to have? Okay.
I set it really dramatic, so it's like,
Yep.
on the starts of everything. Really cool for like metal music, and I actually have the real compressor, which is cool too.
Do you find that complements the kick a little bit too, when you get more pick attack right in sync with
the biggest
kick
thing
drum?
I find is that it makes the guitars sound like they're flying out of the speakers this way. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to compete this way with vocals and all that. It just sounds bigger, wider, more spread. Just, I don't know. I like when the guitar just takes a small window, because I actually hate guitars. I don't know if anyone knows that, but
now they do.
Everyone knows. But yeah, to me, guitars they're the hardest thing to mix, and I don't hate them because I can't do it. They take up a lot of space, so it's all about finding a way to make them audible but not offensive. And so I like taking a small window and then kind of tricking you to think they're bigger than they are. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the way to get them to sit in a mix and kind of make you think they're cooler than they really are. So
you play with my feelings. Thanks,
so
Jay.
yeah, that's the compressor. Try those settings out; they're cool. And then S1. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. Maybe I just threw it on and liked it. I think it's pretty cool. It just widens it. I don't know if you guys mess around with wideners. Yeah.
Do you worry about your phase when using that, or you just do it?
Well, that's what's weird is my friend Matt hit me up and was like, "Yo, man, like you got to put that on another bus with like a filter and only on the
That's
mid."
the
or something.
Dan Corneff
Yeah,
trick.
he told me that, and then I tried it and had like no success. Like I was just kind of like, whatever. But I don't find any issues with it like this.
Like with guitars disappearing in the car.
Well, I think.
That kind of thing.
Well, I think if you push it, I
Sure.
push it just a little.
Just a little.
I just want to move them just a tiny bit. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to do like anything phasey or weird. The biggest downfall of this is when a side plays by itself, you see a little bit in the other side, and that's just weird to look at. But other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, sounds good.
I mean, Joey, do you notice you have to put this in a certain way, or?
Well, people can't hear me. I don't think.
Yeah, I'll speak for you.
Okay.
Um,
That's why we made.
that's why we made.
That's why we made side widener.
That's why we made side widener
Because it's mono compatible.
because it's mono compatible.
Oh wow, that means you don't have to have a stereo track to use it. That's so cool.
Well, it also.
Well, it's
doesn't
also-
change the mono channel.
Doesn't change the mono
Doesn't
channel.
change the mono channel.
Doesn't change. Side winder.
It's
Widener.
side widener. It's mono compatible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sidewinder. It's mono
I need to try that.
compatible.
Okay. I'm stoked to try that. So yeah, I put a little bit
Joey,
of this.
they can hear you.
Oh, okay, good.
But that was awesome.
Everyone repeat me every time.
So
Everyone repeat me every time.
Every time. Every team.
in another plugin
And
that
another
I know that works
plugin
really
that I know
good
can work really good.
is the BX Hybrid, I think it's called, and it has a widener too that sounds a little different than this, probably a little more neutral. That's cool. I used to put that on my whole mix and just a tiny little bit back when I first started
Make
out.
that shit spread eagle.
Make
Yeah.
that shit spread eagle.
Shuffler is cool too.
Shuffler's
Shuffler?
cool too.
Is
Okay.
Shuffler cool too?
My head's gonna explode. So that's the guitars on the record. Does anybody have any questions about those before we move into the Tone Forge territory?
Let's see.